What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's the Kush Man here, and today we're going to be doing a week 13 update on our Topanga Canyon OG grow. I know, week 13, things are moving so fast. These ladies are growing wonderfully, but we're not without our hiccups. So within the last week, I've got in here, I defoliated plentiful. So if you notice, everything is basically stripped down to the bud sites here. We left some exterior fan leaves on there on the outside. Mostly, but then on the inside here, we've basically just got all of our bud sites and tops. I tried to expose everything. I didn't want to go too overboard, so I left a little bit on there. Obviously, it's going to grow back a little bit, but we're at the end of week 3 here, so stretching should be slowing down, and these ladies are going to go full-on bud mode here. And speaking of bud mode, one of the issues that we discovered has to do with our buds, actually. And I don't know if you can tell here, but I'm going to get in nice and close. And I don't know if you can see it, but we've got some like burnt hair tips on here. I don't know what's going on exactly. Only some of the buds have it, so some are worse than others. This one in particular over here, you can see it pretty clearly. They're all the hairs on it are turning orange, and I know that's a normal thing. Sorry, I got the camera stuck, but I know that's a normal thing to happen over the life cycle of the plant. But being that they're only in their 3rd week of growing, it is kind of unorthodox to see them turning orange already. So I posted in a Reddit forum, and they were giving me some advice. We basically narrowed it down to a couple things. So my fan is right here, and it was blowing right on the canopy, and it seems that it's only these 3 plants right up front, which were closest to the fan over here. So I'm suspecting that it has something to do with the wind, but the thing that makes it tricky is that we also had a nutrient problem, so I was going a little bit overboard with the nutrients. The plants told me immediately. I was seeing some white leaf tips on them. Like our lovely lady right here, you can see she's got some nice little white leaf tips there. So I don't know, people are saying that sometimes nutrient problems, they show up in the bud sites first. The pistils are a lot more sensitive than the leaves themselves. So we're kind of keeping an eye on it. I know people have also pointed out that it could be the first sign of a hermaphrodited plant. Typically when plants get pollinated, female plants, their pistils will start to die off because they're not necessary anymore. And then those pistils will recede into pollen sacs and turn into seeds. So I have been looking at my buds intensely over the past few days, trying to see if I could spot any nanners coming out. And I haven't been able to spot anything. I've checked thoroughly every single day. I mean, I've been super tripped out after someone told me that. So I am being overly cautious right now. Obviously, that would be the worst case scenario, to have a hermaphrodite in here and have to chuck a whole plant after all these weeks of our hard work in here. But I mean, if it happens, it happens. These did come from hermaphrodited seeds, so we do have that genetic possibility in there. But other than that, we are continuing on with our watering cycle. We're going back to the water feed, or I might do water, feed, water, feed, and kind of break it up in the middle there. I did have to flush them out because of that nutrient problem that we were having. They seem to be doing better now. I noticed that they were drinking a lot more when they were having the problem, and now they're taking about a full 24 hours to even start drying up on the top, whereas before they would be like totally bone dry on the top. So there's that. Update on our dehumidifier container. So we've set up our dehumidifier recycler over here. We've got our spigot on the front, on the bottom. We've got our spigot up here on the top, which is running to our drain. That's like the overflow when it fills up. Our dehumidifier here is running steady. And let's take a look inside. We have collected all of this water, almost a 32-gallon bucket, just from the air in our basement. So I haven't switched to using this water yet. I'm kind of iffy because of the things that I've seen online. People were saying that it could leach toxic metals from the coolers of the dehumidifier, but I can hardly see how that would be any different or worse than using the tap water that I'm running right now, even though it is filtered. I feel like the dehumidifier water would be a lot cleaner. Part of the reason that I'm not using it is because I don't want to figure out the nutrient balance. With the tap water, I'm not using CalMag. I've discovered that the calcium, magnesium in my water suffices, so I don't need to put the extra in there. So really, I'm just kind of waiting to maybe get to the end of this harvest, and then we'll see about using this dehumidifier water. But that would be great. I mean, I'm super surprised by how much water we've collected in here so far. And during these summer months, I think that could save us a ton of money on our water bill, because I mean, it's pulling in about the same amount of water that I'm using every day. That would completely cut out the cost of water. So ingenuity at its finest. I saw some guy make one of these for watering their plants. I got onto this idea by seeing people make rain barrel collection things. And I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I could do that for my dehumidifier. So worked out cool. I'm excited to try it out. I will report to you guys when I figure it out or dive into it deeper. But I thought I'd show you and give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at it, huh? But anyways, back to the tent. So we have added another fan into the corner over here. I've got it angled up, so it's just putting a little bit more airflow into that back corner. That back corner wasn't seeing any airflow from this fan. And since we're trying to diagnose our wind problem and I raised this fan up a little bit, I wanted to get a little bit more wind in there and not directly on the buds. So hopefully that helps us out a little bit, doesn't do any reverse damage. Obviously that would be the worst case scenario right now. But I'll keep this update short and sweet. Thank you guys for stopping in. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Spider Farmer actually reached out to me on Instagram. They're going to give me a light to do a whole nother grow series. I am going to start a 2x4 auto grow series and document that with the new Spider Farmer 1000 light. Super excited for that. Thanks to them for giving me the opportunity to test it out. Definitely appreciate it. But besides that, thank you guys for stopping in. Peace out!